to my channel. Today's going to be a great day. We're going to be planting some broccoli, some sweet peppers, all different varieties, some marigolds, some summer squash, and some onion. So let's get to it. So hope you're ready. Oh, and we're going to start some pot plants. So we're going to start off with the pot plants because we have to soak those overnight. So I'm going to get them in some water. So let's get to it. So I have 3 little bowls here. I'm just going to put a little bit of water in each. I don't want to mix the seeds up. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water, and I have to soak them for 24 hours. So I have 3 different kinds. I have a mango. Supposedly it tastes like mango. I just like to plant these just to plant them because I like the actual plant. We have white widow and pink crush. So I'm going to take them out. They're very tiny, as you can see. We're just going to let them drop in there. Here in Canada, it is legal to have up to 4 plants in your garden. I'm doing 6 plants because sometimes they don't always take, so I'm going to do 2 seeds of each. This little container here is very hard to open. Oh my goodness, they really locked it. It has a little tobacco sticker on the side here, so let's get that open. My goodness, even an adult can't get into these. Push on both sides, supposedly, and lift up on the front here. Oh my goodness. Oh, having a little bit of trouble opening. We'll do those ones later. So these ones just open like this, the white widow. And these ones come in a little pack like that. Let's see if we can get this open. There we go. And this one comes in a little pack like this as well. We'll put those in there. I'm going to throw these out. And I'm just going to set these on the table for 24 hours to let them soak. Okay, now what we're going to do today first is we're going to do our marigolds, and I like to do them in a full tray like so. You always want your soil dampened, so it not too wet, just so they can hold. You want it nice and smooth. So white marigolds, we're going to use them from a brand called Mackenzie. I've never done the white marigolds before, so I'm just going to make little lines. Down. Because remember, one rule of thumb is never to go lower than 2 depths of the seed. And the seed is very tiny once you're going to see them. Let's hope that there's quite a bit in here, because if not, I will get some more. I have lots of packages. And this is what the seed looks like. So we're just going to lay them out. And this takes 5 to 7 days of germination. There's quite a bit of seeds actually in this packet. So we're just going to do the 1 packet of seeds. And what's nice about this is come the fall, or once they start to die off, I can deadhead them, dry out the flower, and collect the seeds for next year to plant some more. I've always done the orange marigolds. I've never seen the white one, so this is going to be a new adventure for me. I'm hoping that they come up because they look like white carnations. And these are really good to put as pest deterrents in your garden. So, and then we're just going to lightly put the soil over them. Make sure that the seeds are fully covered, like so. Now in this soil I have vermiculite, percolite, and seed starter fertilizer, just to give it a little bit of boost. So we're going to get my pressure sprayer. Just going to tilt you up a little bit more. So we're going to use the pressure sprayer. Pump it up. And we're just going to spray. Oh, it doesn't want to come out. It's not pumped up enough, I guess. I wonder why this isn't working today. I have it pressurized. Is it pressurized enough? There it goes. That's a little too much. There we go. You just want to do a light spray with the pressure sprayer, just enough to get the soil wet. Make sure you get all your corners. So once again, this will take 5 to 7 days for germination. And make sure you don't overwater, because that is what a lot of beginner growers, gardeners do, is they make a mistake and overwater. So that is done. And we're going to get a tag. I like to put the date on my tags, just so I know. And this will also tell me if the seeds are taking. And today's date. And we're just going to put that there. So this is going to go on my bottom rack under a grow light. I'll bring it down. It's under the grow light. I might actually move it into the greenhouse because it has more humidity. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put it in the greenhouse. That's better. Because it's nice and warm. I do keep this room at about 65 to Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius for those that live in Canada. So we're done with these. So I've already pre-done these cells, as you can see. And we're going to start with our broccoli. So these come with a bottom tray for bottom watering. And as you can see, there's water in there. to soak up the water. I'm going to get my little tool. The soil is moist already. Okay. So we're going to use, once again, Mackenzie. These are coated, and I really like these seeds because I find the coated ones, I usually have 100% germination. So I do recommend the coated ones. So you want to start these 6 weeks before your last frost. So we want to start them indoors. They take 7 to 10 days to sprout. So you want to go seed depth 3 times the size of your seed. So I'm going to move this one out of the way, and we're just going to do little holes at the bottom of my tool. And I want 12 plants, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, perfect amount. I'm just going to open. And I always put 2 seeds in just in case, you never know. One might not sprout. So I'm just giving myself extra reassurance. Now if every one of them do come up, I do have a place for them to go, so I can have 24 plants, because we will be making new ones this year, new garden beds. And then you're going to lightly cover them. Don't push them down, just you want to have the soil fully covering the seeds. I can actually do this better with my finger. It's faster. I don't mind getting my hands dirty once in a while. And if there's not enough soil, you can always get some more. Like that one's a little down, so I'm just going to add a little bit more on a couple of these. And there's our broccoli. I'm going to use my hand sprayer in this because I don't want too much water on this. Because don't forget, the soil is already moistened. And we're going to get our tag, broccoli. And these ones, these containers came with a dome with a humidity dial on the top. I like to go halfway at the beginning. And there you go. Broccoli is all done. This will go in the greenhouse as well. So on to our next one. We are going to do Brussels sprouts. That's March 29th. Okay. Once again, I'm using Mackenzie seeds again, and they are coated. We're going to do 12 of these ones. Once again, I've already put seed starter for fertilizer. Now, if you are new to gardening, please make sure to always read the back of your packages, because some seeds do need soaking. Now, this one you want to do 6 to 8 weeks before you're going to put them in the ground. get some Brussels sprout seeds. And I do love these coated ones. I'm just going to put one seed in each because the Brussels sprouts, I don't need a lot of the plant. I did put 2 in that one. And I did put 2 in this one. Get in there. And one more. Okay. The rest back in our package. Fold it up. Cover them up. Lots of planting today. If we have time, we're going to do tomatoes, beefsteak, and then your field bush tomatoes from Nova Scotia. So this one I'm going to do a light spray as well with the hand sprayer. Put our tag, Brussels sprouts, and get our dome. Set it at half humidity or whatever you prefer. Now if you don't have a greenhouse, this will work on a window sill as long as you get some light. Like my greenhouse does have the grow lights in it. Now this one, we're going to be doing 2. I want to do a lot of peppers. I love using peppers. Once again, we will be using the Mackenzie seed that is coated. Rule of thumb, no more than 2 depth of the seed, 2 widths of the seed. You always want to start with pre-moistened soil, because if you're using soil that is not, and it's potting soil, it is light and fluffy, and then once you do wet the soil, it goes down quite a bit. So, and another thing that new gardeners do is they don't sterilize their soil before using it, and then you do get the mites. If the fungus starts growing and the mites, and they're terrible to get rid of. So always sterilize your soil regardless, and never use outdoor garden soil. I'm going to put 1 of each. Now this is a mixture of yellow, purple, orange, and green, and red. So as I'm putting these seeds in, it's going to be a surprise once they come up into a pepper form. I'm hoping to get purple. They have such a nice sweet taste to them. Get in that hole there. Did I miss any? Yes, I did. There we go. There, 2 more to go. There we go. And as long as you're storing your seeds in a nice, dry, warm, not too warm, not too cool of a spot, your seeds should be okay. A way of testing your seeds to see if they're viable is putting them in water. If they float, they're great. If they automatically drop, you might have an issue. If they sink in the water. So we're just closing up all the seed cells. Now you don't want too much water because you can cause fungus, you can cause the seeds to rot, and then you have to start all over because you've overwatered. So I will take some of the water out of these because I can feel that these are quite damp. Not too damp, but I just don't want to, I just want to make sure that they'll be fine. So I'm going to actually take these cells out, pour the water in here. Now I won't get rid of this water. What I'll do is I'll just put it in my soil that I haven't pre-moistened yet, one of my buckets over here. Perfect. There they go, 24. And we're going to do a very light spray, just enough to get the top a little damp. And then we're going to put our steaks, peppers, SP, peppers, and then M, and then today's date, M, and today's date. And these also go in my little greenhouse. Humidity dial at half. And once they sprout, I will turn my humidity dial to all the way open. And then once they get up to about here, I will lift the domes off. Okay, these are going to go in the greenhouse. Perfect. Lots of planning today, guys. I'm just going to move the ones I've already started, because I'll have to seal them before I put them away. Now we're going to start. This is from Burpee Summer Squash. It's a different company. So we're going to do these. You can do them outside or inside, which is fine. I always do them inside, and then I transplant them out in late May. Now the yellow summer squash are very, very tasty. Now these ones, we're going to put the hole a little bit bigger because it is a bigger seed. And we are only going to put one seed per cell. Now, if there's anything you want me to try growing, just leave a comment and I'll be happy to run out and get the seeds. Or if I have them already, I will gladly plant them and we can see them grow together. And these ones, I just want to cut them. Now, I have these all written down in my garden journal. When I planted them, where they should be, if they're full sun, part sun, or shade. So always read the back of your package so you know. Now these ones, I'm only going to do 6 cells because you will get a lot of squash, summer squash, from these plants. And as you can see, the seeds are quite big. We're only doing 6. Cover them up. And I'm going to add a bit of dirt to a couple of these cells. just lightly. And I'm gonna get a tag. I have tons and tons of tags. I just have to find them. So, just gotta go in my container over here. It's the wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm usually more organized than this. Are they up here? Nope. Oh my, I got more seeds up here too. Okay. Guess I shouldn't have worn a white shirt. I believe I have a placket. Oh, I do, right here. The bigger ones, which is fine. I must have used all my little ones. Yellow. For some reason, my marker's not working. Yellow. I'll put that one there. This one's white eggplant. We're gonna do next. And these ones are the coated ones as well. So all of these ones are 6 to 8 weeks that you want to start. And that is the time frame we are in right now. And these seeds are so tiny. But we're only going to put one each. They like to stick to your fingers. And last but not least, make sure I have, oh, I missed a cell. Did I? Yes, I did. We're going to put these ones away. Seal them up for next year. I'm going to close these up. Perfect. And we're going to do a light, just a light spray on the top. Not too much. Because don't forget, once the dome is on, it'll cause moisture in the portable greenhouse. Once again, we're going to put this at half humidity. So we're going to hold the humidity in there. And this will go in our greenhouse. I just have to put my stakes down a little bit more. There we go. So, we have a few other things that I want to start today. Some tomatoes, the beefsteak, the Bonnie Nut heirloom tomatoes, and the tomato mortgage lifter. It's actually a field tomato, but we're going to start these three. So in these ones, we're going to do bigger pots. So we're going to use these pots here. So I want I want 3 plants of each. I'm going to bring over our pre-moistened soil. Remember, if you're reusing containers, which you can see I do, always make sure you wash them. Never ever use them if they're not washed, because then they're contaminated. So that's another mistake first time growers tend to make. So don't forget, this is pre-moistened soil. And it already has fertilizer in it. I like to put my soil in bins so I can pre-moisten it, mix it up without getting dirt everywhere. I have a couple buckets going at all times during the seedling season. 2, 4, 6, 3 more to go. Looks like I'm gonna have to get another container of soil. That's fine. I might just be able to make it. No, I doubt it because I want them quite full. I actually have soil in the oven right now, sterilizing. So the way you sterilize soil is I put it on a cookie sheet, on a few cookie sheets, put the oven to 350 or 375, and I let it sit in there from anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. And it works out perfect. I just need enough soil for one more, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the container over to my soil that I already have pre-done. Okay. Now you're probably saying, okay, how are you going to bottom water these? Because I love to bottom water. I find the roots get the water better, less fungus or mold on top. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And we're going to get our tray. I only need one. Why do I have two? So this is my watering tray. You can pick these up at any dollar store or garden center. And they're not that expensive at all. Like I think I paid $1 a piece. I'm not going to have enough room for all 9 of them, but we will be planting cucumbers next anyway. So I can always just put a tag separate into this one. So might as well get another tray. Okay. I'm just going to lift you up just a tad. Okay. We're going to start with our Bounty Beast tomato. Days of germination is 7 to 14. So once I get a good root system, I will up-pot all of these as the tomato plant grows. That's why I don't like starting these in small cells. I don't want them getting too leggy, because you always run the risk of it being leggy. So I'm going to put 2 holes in each. So this will do, so don't forget I'm doing 3 containers. So this is doing 6 plants of each tomato. You don't have to go down too far in the soil, just a little bit. Right. 1 seed per hole. And 1 seed. And lightly cover, because you don't want it compressed down. And I'm going to label these right away. So these are Bounty Beast, Bonnie Beast. Beast tomato. That stops there. And our next one is going to be beefsteak. Just going to get the label ready. beefsteak. I'm gonna get those. Once again, 14 days for germination for just a sprout. You probably hear a fan running in the background. That is on my asparagus plants that I've already started and my watermelon plants that I started. Just getting them to get used to, oh, I didn't close that one up. Getting the stems all nice and, what's the word? Strong, sorry. 1 seed per cell, so 1, get in there. I don't want 2, I want 1. One in there, and there we go. Just gonna close these up. And then put the rest of the seeds away. So what I will do is I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to get another one to where I stopped. So right here. So it's just going to be BS, beefsteak, tomato, just so I know that those are the beefsteak. Now this is the mortgage lifter that we're going to do next. And these seeds are even smaller than any of the other ones. But still, 1 seed per hole. There we go. Put those away. So that's the mortgage lifter. Tomato. Close this up. Close that up. And put one there, and I'm going to need one for this one because this one is going to be with the cucumbers. Okay, and we'll just put that little one there. And then we're going to get some more soil, and we're going to do the Mackenzie cucumber. And we are going to do, how many pots are we going to do? We're going to do we'll do I don't want that many cucumbers. I might pull out some other plants. But first, we're going to put some water on the bottom. I'm going to use the pressure sprayer to wet these seeds into our soil. Not too much, just enough to wet the tops. Get the watering can, put some water in the bottom here. Not too much, just about 1/8 of an inch at the bottom. That's all we need. And this would most definitely go in the greenhouse. And then on my way back, I will bring some more soil. bucket of soil. So what I'm going to do, get the soil out of here that we already have already moistened. And then before I put any more soil in here, I will wash this bucket out just so the sterilized soil can go in here and I can do the mixture. Okay, so this one already has percolate in it, fertilizer, seed starting fertilizer, so you can see it's nice and moist. You just want it to do a light clump. You don't want a very big clump. So let's get these ones filled up. And I'm going to go into my seed cupboard and see what we can plant. So today is all about basically vegetables. And if you start growing your own, you're really making a dent in what you have to buy at the grocery store. With what's going on in this world, might as well try and be as much self-sufficient as you possibly can. I'm looking to get an outdoor greenhouse soon, so hopefully I can grow some vegetables all year round, as long as I have a small wood stove out there, because it does get quite cold here in Canada. Okay, and there we go. Fast as a bunny. So we're gonna get our cucumbers. So I'm just gonna plant one cucumber. That one's not very, didn't put enough soil in that one. I should have pushed them down a bit to get some air out of them. This garden room is in my house. It's in my cold cellar. My husband heated it for me, so that way I can make the temperature, keep the temperature at a proper rate. So we're gonna only do, yeah, actually I'm gonna do them all in cucumber. No more than 2 depths of the seed. I already know what the seed is. So we're gonna do, once again, Mackenzie cucumber, straight 8 it's called. And this one will start to sprout or germinate 8 to 12 days. 1 seed per hole. So we don't need 50 million plants, because we know I did miss that one. Okay. I will have cucumbers coming out of everywhere in my backyard. I'm just going to close them up like so. Oh, what a mess I've made. That's okay. Can't always be clean. Plus, I want to have fun. I don't want to worry about not making a mess, because it's always cleanable. Once again, I will put my seeds away so I can seal them. And I'm just going to lift these all out so I can take the soil that I spilt out of the tray before I add the water. Here's my tomato one. See, they fit perfectly. So we will make sure they're all straight and touching the bottom of the water container. 1/8 of an inch of water on the bottom pan. This way we know we're not getting too much water. Just make sure it's covered. All corners are covered. Perfect. And I'm going to get my pressure sprayer. And we're going to spray. Just wet the soil. Get that seed in there. Not too much. This is such a light mist. I'm not overwatering. So. And there you have it. And this will go in the greenhouse. Oh, I forgot to put the label. I have it already made right here. I'll turn you up and let's go check out our asparagus and see how that is doing. So these are my asparagus plants. They're doing great. Every seed came up. And here's some more. I just have to move them. I just moved them today so I can have some room. I'm gonna put them actually up on the another area where I have a garden light. So here's the start of our season. Everything that we have planted today. I will show you my watermelon. These are seedless watermelon plants that we did a couple weeks ago, and I believe the video is up now. So let's bring you guys back over here. So I hope you enjoyed today's planting, and come back next week and see what we got. I think I'm going to start with a lot of flowers. So I can't wait to see you guys then. Please like, share, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It'll help me out great. Thank you for coming. See you next time. Bye now.